And when they throw dirt, I just act like a broom to this, trying to stay true to this. Even when they lie on me, world on my...
And we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa at beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. With the echoes of cannon blast still ringing in our ears from the north end zone, the Bucs were introduced a moment ago, and they are all set as their guys will do battle with the Washington Redskins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run again on 1st down. Peterson. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
They'll step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
First down, here's a run with Peterson. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try the air now with Smith. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, Winston. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He rifles one that's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They give it to Peterson. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 11 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, back up. Right.
They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They'll run with Peterson. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
They'll give it to him up the middle. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
35. Hey,
They'll run for it with Peterson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Adrian Peterson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Bucs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. They've got it 2nd and 10 to start things out. Jameis to throw it. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. 3rd and short yardage. Winston. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Winston now to throw on first down. Trying to get it to Jackson, and it's intercepted. Reuben Foster picks it, and the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And he gets it down to the 32. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Good list. Orange.
Here's Smith now on 2nd down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Tampa after this timeout.
Now
Smith on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Alshon Jeffrey, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Buying time to his left. And he's able to get up here to the 26. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
4 down, 4 down.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. 5 on, 5 on, 5 on.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Ready. White 25.
36, 36.
Easy. Hey. 5-0, 5-0, 5-0. Hey, sub. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get sack lunch.
Even.
Go.
Jameis now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Howard. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. 2nd quarter in Cleveland, and it's the Browns out to the early advantage. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Green, Trevor C. Hey, base, hey. 5-0.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And this one is incomplete. He was trying to find O.J. Howard. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
4 down.
Green, Trevor C.
Throwing again, Winston on 2nd and 10. And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And here come the Redskins now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up 1st and 10.
Let's go, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw on second down is Smith. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go deep down the left side. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he gets this down deep into Tampa Bay territory. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Hopkins' kick is good. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. As we toss it an hour or so east of here to Orlando, it's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Hey, sub. Let's go.
A second down throw for Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Let's go. Here we go, even. 5-0. I got him. Move. Easy. Hey. Motion.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Reuben Foster picks it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
How did he stay on his feet? A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On first down, it's Smith. He will find Davis on the left side complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Geis with a carry on 2nd down. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, Smith. And that is incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it's going to be tipped up and picked off.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field. But they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10, right at the 30. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And an alley to run. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Just keep bringing it. Stay in there.
Strong right. Strong right.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Winston. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
We got three, fellas. We got 3.
On 3rd down, Winston. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the 1st down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
Now it's Crowder. Goes spinning away. Great blocking, nearly sprung in there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So out now come the Redskins. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Jason Pierre-Paul in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Handoff comes to Peterson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Play action. It's Smith. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So out come the Bucs now. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Hey, let's get a conversion. Here we go. Hey.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. That, I believe, will put him over 100 yards receiving for the game. Yes, it will. And he's got a 1st down to boot. Jameis now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a 1st down there. Winston now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. 1st and 10 at the 19. From the red zone now, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, Winston again. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs are able to close the gap just a bit. Santos with the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30.
Double.
They start the drive with Peterson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And Davis with it left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, this is Geis. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Another tote for the workhorse here this afternoon, Peterson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 34 yards there and a first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It was Jason Pierre-Paul who was able to get him down. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys, they're just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
Money back.